Looking at on the 10th here at Chambers Bay.
Well, normally at a par 4, you're just thinking blaze away, but this is one of the few holes, really, I think you've got to be careful on what club you hit off the tee. It starts to narrow up. You really want to avoid those two short bunkers that come in around the 300-yard mark. And that really sets yourself up with a nice sort of wedge. That's really the right way to play it. You don't have to take the trouble on in front here.
A back right hole location here as he gets set for his second to the par 4.
Now it's a decent-sized green. It's not bad, just a little past the hole.
Yes, nicely done. It's in for birdie, and it's into red figures now at 1 under par. Getting set to tee off at the 11th hole, long par 4, 537 yards. Frank, how do you play this hole, with a bazooka?
Yeah, try and take that dune out of play, that's for sure, in the middle of the fairway. Bunkers down the left are more for scenic rather than, they're not really problematic for the player off the tee. Just, as I said, hit it over that dune, and then really there's a ridge in the middle of the screen, so you've got to be on the right level.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Okay, can't take putts that length for granted, but that's in for a par. The 12th here at Chambers Bay is known as the Narrows. What's the play here, Frank?
2, really. You could just sort of iron it down there, have a little wedge or a pitch in there with no sweat whatsoever. Or, if you want to have a little bit of fun, you can drive it over that bunker that's just short left of this green, or you might just putt for an eagle.
And that ball going to land in the bunker, but fortunately it doesn't appear to have plugged. All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. This now for birdie at 12.
Just has to get the ball started and it will work back to the right and toward the hole.
Not a problem. That's in for birdie. And that score moves to 2 under par. Now at the 13th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, this one bends to the right, par 4.
It doesn't mean that you have to cut it or move the ball in that direction. Ideally, really, anything down the left side of the fairway would be well suited for this hole. There is a central bunker that sort of protects the front middle of this green. You can go in left of that or right of that, but this is a beefy par 4. 4 on the card, and you are not losing ground.
How good are these players? Lands it on the putting surface from a million miles away and still manages to hold the green. You might like this one. You might really like it. Oh, dude, that, just when you thought this round couldn't get better, that goes in from long distance. Frank, now to the 14th hole, and this is the 5th consecutive par 4 here at Chambers Bay, and by this point the players will know whether they're on their game or off their game.
At 546 yards, this hole can be shortened considerably if you choose to take a brave line down the left side. You can chew off as much as 70 or 80 yards. But once again here, because the hole bends to the left, you've really got to know which direction that wind is coming from.
Right about 9 feet here to the hole. Three under on the day. Frank, normally in a golf course, you don't want to spend too much time in the trees, with the trees, around the trees, but part of me wants to go up and hug this tree because he's all alone. It's the only tree on the whole golf course.
Well, I know you're a tree hugger, Rich, I really do, but at 246 yards, when they play this off the back tee at the US Open, believe me, nobody's hugging that tree. They're just trying to make three.
And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. He's been good all day around the greens. This is second. Okay, no problem with that. Now to the 16th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, it is a pretty short hole. What are the chances to come out of here with a birdie?
Well, you've just come off the short 15th. You can get on a little bit of a run here, providing you get in the fairway first. You're not going to have an overly long second shot here. But once again, this is a precision hole, a little bit like 15. This is a tabletop green, so you're going to have to be right on the money with that second shot.
Pin tucked in the back right here as he readies his second.
Well, the ball is on the green. That's about all I can say with that. With a short wedge in hand, you'd expect that certainly be much closer than that.
He gave that a pretty good run. A little short, but that's not bad. Disappointment there. That'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Just 2 holes left to play. Now a par 3, the 17th, 218 yards, and all sorts of trouble, Frank, down that right.
Well, if you weren't beached at the 16th, then there's a chance you can be derailed, which is what this hole's called, at 17. Difficult par 3, you can see the bunker there in front, and once again, wind conditions. This is going to probably require one of the best tee shots, especially in the closing stages of the US Open.
Clean lie here for his second to the par 3.
One of the hardest things in golf is to turn 3 shots into 2. And with that beautiful use of the flop shot, it's a good chance, really, to get up and down.
Oh, maybe a misread there, and that curls by to the left. Two under par for the round. Now to the 18th hole, Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realize that Chambers Bay was designed as a walking golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department in your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
And that one looked good for a while, but it's going to get gobbled up by that bunker. Second now from the sand here at 18. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. Okay, on the green, but it's going to leave a putt that will get your attention. So this for a finishing birdie at 18.
Well, in all things considered, he's in pretty good shape, coming back up the slope, working slightly to the right.
Ooh, good speed there. That'll leave just a couple of feet. So he'll finish up.